Good morning, Paul. I laid down after Tony left and pretty much been in bed since then. Went out the porch this morning, first time. Julie asked me to do it twice between now and September 8th, so I went out this morning, got my package. Selenium. It seems like Caprice doesn't really want to be friends anymore, so I'm kind of sad about it. But I'll be alright. I only want voluntary friends. So still eating what Tony has cooked. I had a couple of weird dreams last night. One, I was trying to make my breakfast in this therapy place, and I couldn't figure out how to do any of it, and I started shaking, so I woke up and I ate a sandwich. When I woke up with quite a headache. But it was alright. Listened to some pretty songs this morning. Please help me with my fear of that one thing. I just... You know? I could use help with that. Let's see. Today I went to the store and got me 2.5 gallons of milk and some coffee filters. What a surprise, you'll think you'll never run out. Coffee filters. I don't know what to watch on TV. The wildfires. Pretty bad. I watched a segment on that in the middle of the night last night. Let's see, the air quality is really poor in 7 states or something. They had to close school in Reno and Tahoe. They had to close school for 60,000 students because the air quality was so poor. And, California's governor, Gavin Newsom, was on saying that we didn't expect this kind of thing for 20, 30, 40 years from now. He says that it's happening now. It's just, you know, the climate change, they didn't expect it. That the fires are just, you know, for just so much. He said it's happening now. And then there was a man who had shortened his trip to Tahoe. He said it was like Armageddon. That's what he said.
Beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up. this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine, baby.
I had the door open just a little bit when I went out on the porch. I could hear my music quite distinctly. I mean, it was only just pushed to the door, not pulled all the way closed. So maybe I am making too much noise for the neighbors. I don't know.
I whispered underneath my breath, you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight.
Sei la mia donna, la forza delle onde del mare, cogli i miei sogni, i miei segreti, molto di più. Spero che un giorno l'amore che ci ha accompagnato diventi casa.
I could look up fires in the Mediterranean. That was really interesting. I think that was yesterday. Oops. I love this song. Mediterranean has become a wildfire hotspot, EU scientists say. With Turkey hit by its most intense blazes on record, and a heat wave producing a high risk of further fires and smoke pollution around the region, a European Union atmosphere monitor said on Wednesday. Wildfires are raging in countries, including Greece and Turkey, where thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes, and on Tuesday a fire threatened to reach a coal-fired power plant. Southern Europe? Jesus. Intense heat wave with some places in Greece on Tuesday, recording temperatures over 115 degrees Fahrenheit. CAMS monitors wildfires through satellites and ground-based observation statements and said the emissions and intensity of wildfires are rapidly increasing in Turkey and southern Italy. In Turkey, a key metric of fire intensity, the fire radiative power, which measures energy produced from burning trees and other matter, reached the highest daily value since data records began in 2003. So it's higher than 2003. Data records began in 2003. Plumes of smoke from fires in southern Turkey were clearly visible in satellite images of the region, and the severe scales of the fires had caused high levels of particulate matter pollution over the eastern Mediterranean area. Persistent exposure to particulate matter pollution is associated with cardiovascular diseases and lung cancer. It is especially... My phone's acting up. It is especially important to closely watch these high-intensity fires, as the smoke they emit can have impacts on air quality locally and downwind. Italy. Okay, let's see here. Alright, oh shit. Italy, Albania, Morocco, Greece, Northern Macedonia, and Lebanon have all faced wildfires since late July. Firefighting aircraft and helicopters have been dispatched, paraphrased, to assist Italy, Greece, Albania, and Northern Macedonia. I guess Turkey is a key country, huh? And I assume that because of the earthquake that I read about and disappeared on the internet about a fireball hitting the earth. That was the worst earthquake I think Turkey ever had. Not the most recent one. Wildfires and flooding. Greece, Turkey, and Algeria have seen significant wildfires and floods in the past weeks. Politicians and specialists blame climate change. That's an unusual combination. Forests, homes, and businesses were destroyed, while firefighters and volunteers tried to help contain it, moving the population to a safe place. Wildfires in Algeria. Algeria's capital of Algiers. Wildfires in Algeria that already have killed at least 69 people burned through the mountainous Berber region, as the North African country contended Thursday with a heat wave like the ones fueling fires in southern Europe. Serbian firefighters dropping water. Jesus. Athens. Forcing the evacuation of dozens of villages, Athens, as firefighters managed to prevent the flames from reaching the archaeological site at the birthplace of the ancient Olympics. Certain residential areas affected by floods after heavy rains in Bozkurt district of Kastamonu, Turkey. There were flood-devastated areas in the city, and rescues continue. Floods and mudslides. Same spot in Turkey. The death toll from devastating floods and mudslides in northern Turkey rose to at least 31 on Friday. Search for survivors in collapsed buildings and swamped hope shops and basements. A young Syrian girl stands by a water puddle caused by torrential seasonal rain flooding the New Life camp for the internally displaced north of Aleppo by the border with Turkey on August 13th. Boy, this Kastamonu, the Bozkurt district of Kastamonu, Turkey, really being hit. Let's Shit. Army soldiers using water hoses try to extinguish forest fires close to the Kemerkoy thermal power plant in Oran in Milas, North Turkey. Shit. I mention Evia Island a lot, EVIA. North of Athens. Evia, also called Euboea Island. This is impure. Southern France, the latest area in Europe to be ravaged by wildfires this summer. People go to the south of France for upscale holiday, don't they? And all these people are being evacuated, but geez. It says France wildfire, thousands evacuated. This blaze raises near Riviera. The French Riviera, that's very upscale. Thousands of people, including tourists and campsites, have been moved to safety as firefighters tackle a wildfire close to the French Riviera. Many were given only minutes to leave, as hundreds of firefighters were deployed in the Var region to the west of Saint-Tropez. Fire has broke out Monday and has consumed 14,820 acres. The fire ignited during an intensive heat wave, with forecasters expecting temperatures of up to 35 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. President Emmanuel Macron, who was on holiday in the area, visited firefighters who were trying to bring the fires under control. Southern France is the latest area in Europe to be ravaged by wildfires this summer, as temperatures soar to record levels. I don't know what happens when a tree or a bush burns. What is emitted into the air? Is it more carbon? Is it compounding the carbon in the atmosphere problem? I think that must be true. I'll ask that. Do wildfires? You know, I could be just not knowledgeable about climate change. I thought the heat cycle was more natural than climate change was causing. But carbon dioxide, carbon emissions, carbon in the air. CO2 from California fires dwarf state's fossil fuel emissions. Wow. I guess that's true. The fires have already... This is California. The fires have already generated more than 91 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is about 25% more than the state's annual emissions from fossil fuels. Higher carbon emissions contribute to a multi-part climate feedback. Accelerating climate change would then set the stage for more fires that will emit an increasing amount of carbon dioxide. I'll send you this one. So it's if climate change, well, let's assume climate change is at least partially responsible. Carbon emissions and fossil fuel emissions are at least partially responsible for climate change because we didn't have those in the last 120 years. When we switched from horses to cars, and all the gazillions of cars we have. So if carbon emissions and fossil fuel emissions are fueling climate change, at least in part, because I still think part of it is solar and natural cycle. Part of it. Now they do attribute it to fluorocarbon burning the ozone. Fluorocarbons. I don't know. I think that may be a simple and earthly explanation. But that's just kind of an intuition. So these wildfires are recycling quickly, burning years of carbon emission, years worth of carbon emissions into the atmosphere. So the Southwest just just looks like it's in terrible trouble. Okay. I'm gonna upload this on